now. And otherwise, make sure if you're not speaking, turn your microphones off, your screens on, and when somebody comes on, applaud like this. Give them the old jazz hands. Just like that. And so, we would like to wish you all a slightly early Christmas holiday season, however you're celebrating the end of the year. And I shall hand you over to our glorious President, Antonia.
Thank you very much, Christian, Master Extraordinaire, and Sergeant at Arms, and General Wonderful Person, and Christmas Elf, and everything else. Well, we've got all sorts of people here tonight from all around the world. If you don't know, I lost my voice 11 weeks ago, and this is the best I can do. I am shouting at you, so bear with me. I have already said hello to lots of people tonight, and a few more people have joined in the last few minutes. So, hello Ruben in Peru, hello Ruth Levitsky in America, hello Paulette Jervis in Canada, and hello Sandra Rampton round the corner from me. You're all very welcome. This is a fantastic turnout. We're expecting people from 12 countries. 12 countries. This is including countries who at the moment have closed their borders to the United Kingdom. They want nothing to do with us. But here on Zoom and Toastmasters, everybody is welcome. So we're going to have a fabulous meeting because tonight our theme, 2 sleeps before Christmas. Yes, 2 sleeps. 2 sleeps. We have as our Toastmaster none other than fabulous Fabio de Sio.
Welcome, Chili speakers. Are you ready for this Christmas night? For me, we can start only in one way. 1, 2, 3. Come on! I love you. We are the best club in the world. Santa Claus. Baby, all I want for Christmas is you. Thank you. I love Mariah Carey. In fact, I have a surprise for all of you. 1, 2, 3. Look where I have behind me, Mariah. It's Mariah behind me. I love Mariah. Mariah, she's one of my, when I was young, I was addicted to her. So I think it's the best way to start this Christmas. We need energy. She needs speakers. It's all about energy. It's not because I'm a member of this club, but I love this club. So let's start. And I'm going to tell you what will happen tonight. Tonight, we are going to have 3 amazing speakers. After, we are going to have 3 amazing evaluators, and after the table topic moment, they are going to be all amazing because this night is amazing. This night is amazing because it's all about us. Let's enjoy. We need we need the fun, and I know that we're going to have fun. But first of all, this is another question for you. Where is Santa Claus? Santa Claus is lost, probably with someone in this room. This is the secret. This is the reason because Antonia, our president, called 2 sleeps before Christmas, because we don't find Santa Claus. But anyway, let's go to my favorite, not my favorite, but 2 people that are going to help the half, and he's the a timekeeper, that is Roger. Roger, please, can you come here and in our Zoom chat tell us your role? Let's welcome Roger.
Good evening, fellow Schilling speakers and our honored guests. I'm going to go into my virtual backgrounds here so I can show you what we're going to do if everything goes well. I'm on the wrong side here. Let me go here before we start. One of the skills that we learn in Toastmasters is how to conduct a program or deliver a speech within the time limits. As timer, I'm responsible to keep track of time. For prepared speeches with timings of 5 to 7 minutes, I think all three of our speakers tonight are having a 5 to 7 minute speech. Thus, when they get to the 5-minute mark, my background is going to turn green. It's going to turn amber or yellow when they reach the 6-minute mark. And then at 7 minutes, I will put the red on. As a prepared speaker, you have 30 seconds to conclude your speech. If you don't, I'm going to start doing this to kind of get your attention that you've gone way over. Table topics responses are for 1 to 2 minutes tonight. The green light, again, will come on at 1 minute. The yellow, wrong card. At 1.5 minutes, you'll get the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, you're going to get the red or background, and you best shut up and move on. With that, I'm going to turn this back over to our Toastmaster, Fabio. Back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Roger. So let's applaud Roger for how he explained very well the time. So let's be all of us in time. Now, another really important person that is going to help me, and for me, it's a big disaster because my grammar is not good. I mean, in Italian, we are not really good on that. I'm joking. So let's welcome Anthony. Can you come to us and tell about your role and what is the word of the day? Let's welcome Anthony.
Thank you very much indeed, Fabio. You look magnificent as always, Fabio. You have outdone yourself yet again. The word for the night, ladies and gentlemen, comes all the way from Hungary, and the word is pussy pie tosh. Now, I have put this into the chat for you, but I would like you all at this point, if you wouldn't mind, to unmute yourselves just so you can say the word of the night with me after 3. So I'm going to count you down. Remember the word of the night is pussy pie tosh. 3, 2, pussy pie
tosh.
That was horrible, but you'll get better at it. You'll get better at it. Pussy pie tosh, it means a friend you know well enough to embrace. A friend you know well enough to embrace. And God knows with COVID-19, we could do with a few of those at the moment. And you'll see that in the chat, I have also put in how you use the word pussy pie tosh. Do you know Anthony, tonight's grammarian? You might reply, I know him, but we're not exactly pussy pie tosh. So I look forward to hearing you use that this evening. Back to you, Fabio.
Okay, yes, fantastic. Thank you so much, Anthony. Yes, I have so many friends that are pussy pajatas. Oh my God! Pussy pajatas. We can do like a song. Pussy pajatas. I love that. Pussy pajatas. This is the song of the Christmas. We should think. I love that. So, but let's go back to the first speaker. And we are going to ask to the evaluator, that is Karen. Karen, can you tell us what are the objectives of Samir, of the speech?
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. The purpose statement of Samir's speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Karen. So let's use our hands as much as we can, that after this evening we cannot use anymore the hands, we cannot cook. Like this is our goal. So let's welcome Samir with the speech, love yourself and love others. So let's welcome with our hands, Samir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Fabio?
Yes, I can hear you, Samir.
Okay, I will share my screen. I got some slides. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, good evening, everyone. This is the title of my speech, and I will start with when I was little, 5 to 10 years old. I used to spend a lot of time alone, admiring the nature. And did that make me bored? No. When I did not think about riding my white horse to save princesses from dragons, I found myself thinking about the vastness of this universe, where all of you are, and the purpose of life. And I started one day discovering the dangers of free thinking. And the scary thing was, at the age of 9, thinking, why am I born to this family in this particular country? Why am I me, not my sister or any kind of being? And am I here to do everything I can to make my family happy, or perhaps be some kind of hero to make the world better, or maybe be a devoted religious person to make God happy? So, sorry, not probably more like this God, but who is God? And why did he come to be? And if God loved his creation, why it seems unfair and there is not a lot I can do about it? And that made my head spin, thinking about all of these things as a kid. So that shaped who I am, a free thinker, and thinking about all this time, all the efforts and the time invested, have I achieved what I wanted? No, the answer is no. And there is a life fulfillment gap still today, which is the gap between your happiness today and what your vision of your future or your life purpose is. So I wanted to have a harmonious family like everyone, peaceful family, and I have a disjointed and restless family. I wanted to be an inspiring statesman, and I feel like a pawn, not with too much power over my destiny. So what are the lessons I learned? Number one, we must own our lives. It's our responsibility to make our life what it should be. And I did decide to do that, and I was successful in most of it, but still, did I achieve the success I want? No. And the key is in the next principle. What is that principle? We must go all out. Anything worthwhile has a price. I did not take enough risk, and that's why I did not succeed. And the key is in the next principle, which is we need to live intentionally. And that means making true choices in the present, not based on our past programming. For example, I choose a person to marry because she would fit well with my family. However, that was far away from my vision for my future. So, like many of us, I did set myself for failure since the outset. So now let's look a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of why life. What is a good life? And we can guide our thinking with the top regrets that people close to the end of their lives tell us are, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself. That's one of the top. And even famous professors like said, he reflected and found that intimate and loving and enduring relationship are the sources of the deep joy in our life. And if we put our altruistic hat like Greta Thunberg, we will probably be speaking the words of Confucius, who talked about the importance of the rightness and duty we have as guardians of nature. So there is a lot of things we can think about, but how do we choose what to be? And it's all about goals. And I love this guy because he's obsessed. He's one of those guys who's obsessed by saving humanity from itself. And he's right, because in life you can have almost anything you want, but you can't have everything. That's the power of focus. And most of us get stuck in the wrong goals, which are, I wish I had more money, more power, more status, but we need to focus on the end goals, those which are, the world will become a little bit better because of what we do. And that's what defines us really. So my most important reflection is that we got to love ourselves first and then love others to do love's work in this world. And if you don't believe me, think about some of these persons who wanted the best out of us, who want us all God's children to be treated the same way, and who gave us hope and wants more prosperity for everyone. And what's best than this man who explains religion very simply? It's all about kindness, isn't it? So that's by being compassionate, we live a life with less stress, and even it makes us more attractive to the opposite sex, apparently. And I will go quickly because it's yellow. And the how of things, how we could achieve what we set to achieve, is by thinking differently. And one of the worst things is what we don't know, we believe. So what that means is you have to think greater than you feel to make any lasting change, and awaken to your current beliefs that are limiting you in order to recode yourself and become extraordinary. And that takes pain and reflection. So on that, how to stay cool in the midst of this. Number one, accept the isness of life. As Oscar Wilde said, life is unfair. Number two, it's never late. Act as if born today, and don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom. And last, make friends, be a pleasant person. That's what I'm working on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samir, for this amazing, inspiring. I'm really inspired by your speech. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to ask all of you, please, to leave a feedback for Samir. Thank you, Christian. You're always amazing to that. And please, can we leave all of us, can we give a feedback to Samir for his speech? Thank you. 1 minute. Fantastic. We are ready to go for the second speakers. So now I'm going to ask Laurina, I hope that my pronunciation is correct, Laurina, to tell us what are the Philippa's objectives. Please, Laurina, can you tell us Philippa's objective?
Thank you, Fabio. And it's Laurina, but you were close. The objectives of Philippa's speech. She is giving her second speech in level 2 for presentation mastery, and this is understanding your communication style. She has told me that her purpose is developing her communication style and understanding how it impacts her relationships with others. So please welcome or return to your Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Laurina. Laurina, fantastic. So let's welcome Philippa with the title "Style is what you do with it." So let's welcome Philippa.
Thank you, Fabio. Thank you, Laurina. I'd like to take you back to 1966. Not to the World Cup, I'm afraid. Not to the Summer of Love. All that went straight over my head. Instead, we're going back to Mrs. Oliver's class, full of grown-up 6-year-olds. We'd all escaped kindergarten and were feeling very, very confident. So Mrs. Oliver had to step out of the class for a couple of minutes and ask for a volunteer to be in charge. And of course, well, hey, it's me, I want to go. So I could keep my little brothers in order. So I stepped up and I started trying to organize the class, and they didn't listen. So I waited for them to calm down and listen to me, and Mrs. Oliver came back to chaos, and apparently it was all my fault. So that was my first experience of public speaking, trying to influence people, and it was so traumatic. I put that to one side for about 50 years. Fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests, after a while, I found some friends, different friends, and they all kept telling me about Toastmasters. So I thought, time to step up and take a deep breath and try again. So in the last 12 months, I've slowly worked my way through presentation mastery level 1. Really enjoyed it, but I always felt I was sort of muddling through. So I came to level 2 and saw understanding your presentation style. Thank goodness, I really need to get to grips with this. So once again, I leapt in, skimmed through the course just to get a feel for the content, and there were some of my least favorite words: confident, energetic, fun-loving. Oh no, I can't do those. So lay down a bit and whimpered, then calmed down and took another peek. Couldn't actually find those phrases again. They, you know, once I was calmer, it was all right. There's a lot more to it than that. So I got a bit obsessed trying to work out what my style is. And then over the next few weeks, I had 3 epiphanies. Can we take note of that? Epiphanies, it's Christmas. First one, I don't feel I can be fun-loving to command, but I do like techniques. I love to learn a technique, and if it's a technique that will make you feel better, make you feel more included, so I move forward to the camera, I actually remember to look straight into it occasionally. Wow, there's a technique. That will help. The second one, I just love the content. I've got a wide range of interests. I don't have much confidence as a speaker, but I would love to tell you why history matters. What's so amazing about mathematics? Steam trains, loads of stuff I want to talk about, and content really matters to me. I can think about style for ages and get nowhere, but focus on content and I can put a speech together. And then I was using one of my superpowers and procrastinating rather than write the speech. And I glanced through the paper, and there's the obituary for Dr. Jonathan Sacks, the former chief rabbi. Now, he's not my pussy pie tosh, but I used to like listening to him on the radio. I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was, but it was always great to listen to. And then this leapt out of the obituary. One of his friends was talking. He said, When you listen to him, he makes you feel clever. Wow, that is what I want to do. I want to make my listeners feel clever. So there is a big aim for me. So my conclusions were, style is always going to be a work in progress for me. And I'm going to let developing my style take as long as it needs to take. Because of the work I've done in the last few weeks, following the syllabus for understanding my presentation style, I have a strategy. I'm going to focus on content, and I'm going to work on it, make sure it says what I want to say, that it conveys the message that I want it to convey, that it is something that I can get behind and feel passionate about. Second one is, I'm not going to worry about style, but I will then look at my content and find a style that works with it. So if I'm telling you why I think Bertie Wooster is one of the great heroes of English literature, I might do it a bit differently than if I talk about one of my voluntary roles as an administrator for the bereavement counselling charity. Just might, adjust the style a bit. And then finally, most importantly, I then review that content, review that style, and see what I can do to actually make sure that you start to feel clever. Not in absolute terms, just more clever than you thought you were. So means I have to learn to express complicated concepts as simply as possible. Nobody feels clever if we have to look at the dictionary. And then I go out and enjoy myself, not worry about it, learn from the amazing feedback that I know I'm going to get, and move on. So in conclusion, the art of presentation is to sort out the content and remember that style is what you do with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Philippa, for this amazing speech. I really love this speech. So can you give 1 minute of feedback? Yeah, thank you so much, Christian. For you can find on the chat the form to leave a feedback for Philippa. Thank you so much. 1 minute, timekeeper, Roger. Fantastic. We are ready for the third speaker. So ready to go with the third speaker. So the evaluation of Beena is going to be Claire. Claire, can you tell us what are Beena's objectives, please?
Thank you, Fabio. I have the pleasure tonight to evaluate my Pussy Pie Tosh Beena. Her speech is from the Presentationary Mastery Pathway, and it's the second of the two-part evaluation speeches. Her first speech she did a couple of months ago now, I think. And from that, she's asked me to look out for a number of key points. And from what I've done is I've sort of like summed it up a bit so that she's looking to come across as authentic. She's looking to minimize some of her words and her noise, whilst also increasing her pauses and being a little more daring. So without further ado, I'll pass you back to Fabio to introduce Beena.
Thank you so much, Claire. So let's welcome Beena with the speech called The Silent Witness. Let's welcome Beena.
Thank you, beautiful Fabio. Okay, Claire, I'm about to go off script. This is my script. But how Fabio has begun this talk is about saying that it's all about energy. Yeah? And it is all about energy. Okay. When Fabio spoke a few weeks ago, he talked about courage is about getting uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah. And I gave him a little quote back about courage is also going into the unknown. Yeah. Samir has also talked about it today. Yeah. We have to step out and we have to go all out. Yeah. Yeah. So how do we go all out? A friend of mine called Christina, who is in Germany somewhere, gave me a phrase that I really loved. So I don't know if Samir knows about it. Yalla, yalla. Yeah, it's an Arabic phrase that means like, let's go. Okay, so I have no idea how this is going to come up, but I want you all to stand up. Yeah, will you have permission to stand up? And I can see you all, and I can't do this all alone. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, it's been a very interesting year. Yeah, it's been a very difficult year. Okay, we have done very well to keep our sanity. So now we're going to go all out. And I would like you to dance with me. I don't know how this music comes through, but I don't care. I want you all out. Even if you don't dance, you know, I want you to dance. And I would like you to sing. And I'm watching Barbara, please. Ruben, please. Martin, I can see you all. Okay, I'm watching. Yeah, if you're not up, I request. Leslie, what are you doing? Paul? If anybody knows, does God exist, Samir? All out, Samir. And I would like you to sing. Oh, Samir. Come on, Fabio. Leslie. Oh, please. Jim, Martin. Barbara. Well done, Ruben. We're going to carry on going. I want you to feel your body. Yeah. Use your arms. Let's go. And I'd like to sing with him. Oh, Sarah. This is my first bit. Let's go, guys. Well done. Who's not moving? Martin, Barbara. Y'all going mad. Okay, thank you so much. That was my moment of madness. My moment of unpreparation. Can you all hear me? Am I heard? So now what I'd like you to do before we go, I don't know what the timer is, I'd like you just to sit with me. I'd like you to look into my eyes. And I would like you to breathe. I would like you to take a breath in through your nose. And I would like you to breathe out through your mouth. Okay. I would like you to be present with me. That's what I want for Christmas. Yeah, I would like you to breathe in through your nose again. And I'd like you to breathe out again. Okay. And so to know that any gift that we give anyone does not need to be bought in a shop. And the greatest gift that we can give any other human being is a gift of presence. Yeah. It can never be bought, but it is the most difficult gift. And a gift to celebrate the life that we have and to give thanks. Yeah, so perhaps you'd like to join me, just put your both hands on your heart because your heart is beautiful. Maybe you can feel it beating after all that dancing. Recognize how beautiful your heart is. And thank you very much. You took a risk. I don't know how it's paid off. Thank you.
One word, amazing. I love that. You know how much I love dancing, so I was spot on. So all three speakers, one word, amazing. This is the reason because the Chile speaker is amazing. We are fabulous. So let's ask Roger the times of the speeches. These amazing speeches. Roger, can you tell us these speeches? Ah, no, the feedback. Sorry, I forgot the feedback for Beena. I was so dancing, to dance too much. So can I leave 1 minute? Can we give a feedback to Beena for 1 minute, please? Roger, thank you so much. And as well, Christian, to leave the form on the chat. Let's give feedback. Okay, now is the time we have finished. It's finished the first part of the evening, but there are 2 minutes. So we have this part of the evening is really special for Christmas. It's called the Christmas jokes. There are anyone in this room that have any jokes? For example, mine could be, oh my God, here is so hot in the North Pole. Where is, I don't know if it's funny, where is Santa Claus? It's so hot, oh my God, Santa Claus. Okay, this is my joke. There is anyone that wants to tell something about Santa Claus, any jokes? We have 2 minutes. Or if you don't do that, I will put something, I don't know. Tell me, there is anyone who's courageous enough to tell us some jokes about Santa Claus? Where do you think he is, first of all, Santa Claus? He's gone? Nobody?
Yeah, I reckon he's having a bit of trouble because the borders have been closed. All these COVID restrictions are going to make his life really difficult.
But do you think he got COVID? Who knows? We are waiting him here. You know, we are elf. Where he is? Honestly, Santa Claus. So we are drinking this. It's not finished now, because now all of you can think that I have a problem with alcohol. But I was drinking some vodka. You know?
Oh.
So, we are drinking because Santa Claus is not with us. Anyway. So, there are any other jokes? Come on, someone can really oh, no jokes about Christmas, but any kind of jokes that can be funny.
It says, where do you keep a Christmas tree? Between a Christmas 2 and a Christmas 4.
That's a real Christmas cracker joke.
Hey, Christmas cracker joke.
Yeah, Leslie has one.
Come on, Leslie. Leslie.
Unmute, Leslie. Unmute yourself.
The space, I hit the space button, it didn't work. Okay, yes. Why are Mary and not Joseph able to join our meeting? Because there's no Zoom at the inn. Why couldn't Mary and Joseph not fly into Bethlehem? Because all the Virgin flights were cancelled. That's my little contribution.
I really like it, honestly. Well done. Anyone? We are 33, come on.
Okay, well, this joke was so bad that the newspaper discontinued the joke section. What is the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? Snow balls.
No? I like it. So, Antonia, do we have other time, or we go to for a little pause because we have like time break?
Let's break. If anybody thinks of any jokes during the break, then let us know afterwards.
Yeah, I like to. So, how many minutes do we have? 5 minutes of break. So you have 5 minutes of break of me. They probably say, "Oh my God, too much Italian, too much." I know sometimes we can be a bit too much.
Too much.
But it's my personality. What can I do? So see you soon in 5 minutes.
No, we need timing on the speeches and polling.
Okay. The time. Oh my God, sorry, Antonia. So the timing of the speech, Roger. Sorry, Roger. You think, Fabio, please. Can you tell me can you tell us the times of the speeches, please?
Absolutely, positively, as FedEx would say. Anyway, Santa Claus came early today. Samir, I wanted to hear the rest of your speech so badly, and I think that it should have been about an 8 to 10, or because you had so many more slides, we'd like to hear that. But your time came in a skosh over 7 minutes and 42 seconds. Philippa, you could have stretched it out quite a bit. You came in today at 6 minutes and 34 seconds. And Beena, I don't even want to say. You only had 7 minutes and 1 second, and I'm a liar. Am I a liar? Yes, I'm a liar. 7 minutes and 1 second. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Roger. And now is the time. Now is the time to vote. Vote for the best speakers. I know that Christian is ready with the poll. Okay, fantastic.
What do you get when you cross Santa Claus with a duck? A Christmas quacker.
What do you get if you eat your Christmas decorations? Tinselitis!
I got one here. Why did Santa's helper see the doctor? Because he had low self-esteem.
More jokes you are telling me, more hot is here. You can imagine North Pole so hot, like all of us, all else like that.
Time for a break.
Yes.
5 minutes of break. Okay.
One more joke.
More joke, 5 minutes of break. You can do whatever you want. Okay. See you soon for the second part of the evening.
8:25. See you all back then.
All right. Christian?
Yes.
What did the sea say to Santa?
What did the sea say to... That's a bit of a tongue twister. What did the sea say to Santa? I reckon I know this one. It said nothing. It just waved.
That's true.
There's an Australian one. Who delivers presents to baby sharks? Santa Jaws.
Okay, do y'all understand the concept of dad jokes? Those are dad jokes. I don't know what you call them anywhere else. All I know is where I come from, those are dad jokes. We had a Toastmaster still, who only told dad jokes when it was his turn to be joke master. So we temporarily banned him from dad jokes. Now he's back into where he can do them again. But we temporarily banned him because he told so many bad dad jokes. Just for, so be aware, anything's possible.
Sherry, can I ask you what is the definition of a bad joke? How would you define it?
Bad joke?
Because I try to make jokes, and more often than not, people tell me they're bad, but I don't understand.
A bad joke is one that, yes, there's a certain level of humor in it, but you, instead of laughing, you go, oh. That tells you it's a bad joke. But a dad joke, however, is one just like you've all been telling. Those are dad jokes. Okay.
Carrie, are you good at jokes? Are you good at cracking jokes? Why don't you make a joke?
Not necessarily. And I don't have a Santa joke in my repertoire at all. I'm going to have to do something about that. We have a joke master at every meeting, and the last thing we do is have a joke. And then lots of times we'll quickly go over, okay, who's doing what next week, right after that, and it's over. But normally the dad joke, not the dad joke, normally the joke master tells the joke right at the end of the meeting. And then the follow-up is that time where you say, hey, this is who's doing what next week. But it's all on the agenda, on the calendar anyway, so we all know what it says. Because we plan them 2 months in advance, the meetings. We make changes as necessary in that afterwards, but we plan them 2 months in advance. And then we have, if people hang around, kind of what's going on here, only after the Toastmasters meeting, if you hang around to chat, it's called post-toasties, which also in my country happens to be a breakfast cereal. But since it's after Toastmasters, it's post-toasties. Now, when we were meeting in person, post-toast always take place right there. You know, you might go to a restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever, or you might stay right there. It just depends.
Oh, I'm loving it, Sandra.
Right. Another one for Christian, a short one. Who is Santa Claus married to? Difficult.
It is very difficult. Is it me?
No. It's Merry Christmas. Merry.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jerry, may I ask you which country are you from?
Just for you guys. I read the Germans have said that it's not, Santa's not saying this year, ho, ho, ho. He's having to say, no, no, no.
And to answer your question, Samir, I'm from Iowa in the United States.
Oh, thank you. I love United States. I can't stop myself. Last one. What do elves post on social media?
What do elves post on social media? Is it an elfie? Okay, with that, I'm going to bang my festive gavel and welcome everyone back to the meeting. Yes, we need some celebrations. And just in case you missed us a couple of weeks ago and don't know what one of these is, this is a Christmas cracker. The way these work is you find an unsuspecting victim. Yes, you reach out to them with this little bit of gunpowder laden firebox and you pull it. Whoever is left with the big stump gets the wonders of a Christmas hat.
One Christian.
And a motto.
Yes. And today, my Christmas cracker joke is, what's furry and minty? I don't know if this will translate well. What's furry and minty? A polo bear! All right, everyone here is my pussy pie sash. Got it in. And now that you're all back, I would like to hand you all over to our Toastmaster once again. Over to you, Fabio.
I'm back. Are you ready for this? Because we were talking so much about him, so we need. So this is the new song of Mariah Carey called Santa. So as you can see, I'm really addicted with that. So let's move to the second part of the evening. First of all, with the evaluators. So Karen, she's going to be our first evaluator. So Karen, can you please tell us how was the speech of Samir? Please, let's welcome Karen. Energy, energy, energy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, and most especially Samir. Samir, what an incredible topic. It's something that's very close to my heart. Love yourself, love others. You had a very good, friendly demeanor and had a very conversational style, which attracted the audience and pulled us in, and we were all engaged in what you were saying. I did feel, and one of the feedbacks from your previous speech was that there was too much information. And I still felt that there was probably still a bit much information in your presentation, especially with the slides. There were a lot of slides that you had to go through. And I felt that it distracted a little bit from your speech because you're a very good speaker. And I felt that the message itself, you brought it across very, very nicely in your speech. And there wasn't really a necessity for the slides that you had. So I would suggest that you cut down on the number of slides that you are bringing into the speech. I also felt that you were bringing through personal stories. You were very passionate about your subject, and that was really great because passion for your speech is actually a fantastic way of engaging with the audience. My other suggestion is to watch your hand movement. I could see a little bit of hand movement in the video and on screen, but I also felt that sometimes when you use hand movements a bit fast, it blurs on the screen. And that's one of the problems with Zoom where you're using hand movements. So watch that. It was an incredible speech. I enjoyed it. I really was engaged in it. I was listening very intently. It's a subject that's very close to my heart. Lovely speech. In summary, just very conversational. You're a really great speaker. Watch the number of slides that you have. Watch your hand movements and carry on speaking as passionately as you are speaking, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Karen, for this amazing evaluation. But let's remember as well to the word of the day that is pussy baja boo boo. Oh my God, I changed it. It's pussy baja. I don't remember anymore. Sorry. But that word of the day, let's remember to use it. Let's go to the second evaluator of the evening. Laurina, can you please tell us more about Philippa's speech? Let's welcome Laurina.
Thank you, Fabio, and fellow Pussy Pie Tosh here at Toastmasters. Thank you, especially Philippa. I loved your opening. I loved that you took us to this classroom with Mrs. Oliver and that moment when she left you in charge and it turned to chaos. That was a fantastic moment, and I loved that you took us there. I also liked that you had an organization, even though you had told me ahead of time, that you were going to take us through your thoughts about communication styles, and even though your thoughts were not clear, but you were going to take us through the progression of them, even though there was still no clarity today. And I thought you did that, but you still had, in the middle of it, you had some clarity. You had the 3 epiphanies you had, and that was a very clear organization. And I liked that you gave us that. And I did understand that the rest was not exactly clear because you're working on finding your communication style. And that part's not clear. But the inside, your 3 epiphanies were very clear. And I liked that you told us 1, 2, and 3. That helped us have clarity. Now, the first one of your epiphanies was to learn new techniques. So that is what I'm going to offer you in your evaluation. I will give you 2 new techniques you can use if you repeat this speech or do something similar. Your opening was excellent, but what you can do is add sensory details. Let us smell the classroom. Let us hear it. Let us taste the chewing gum that you have in your mouth and try and hide underneath the desk. Let us be there. We hear fingernails on the blackboard, or we can smell the chalk from the erasers. Let us experience it with our senses. So just add a few sensory details to make it even more alive. That would be the first technique I would offer you. The second technique is also about your opening story, which was excellent. I would tie it into the end. So whatever you have at the end, I would have tied it back in. And I would have said something like, just like that day in Mrs. Oliver's class, when everything returned to chaos, my thoughts are still chaos, but I'm working on it. 1 step at a time, 1 technique at a time, 3 epiphanies at a time. I'm still working on that same chaos. So my second suggestion would be to tie in your closing with your opening and make them match. So in summary, you had an excellent opening, really well done. Clear organization with your 3 epiphanies. You actually did exactly what you told me we were going to do. And my 2 techniques that I offered and suggested were to have more sensory details in your opening story and to tie it to the ending. Otherwise, it was really fun joining you in Mrs. Oliver's room and your following thoughts and your progress. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laurina, for this another amazing evaluation. I have to learn from all of you because I'm not good at all to evaluate, so amazing. So let's go for the third evaluator, Claire. Claire, can you come here in the Zoom that we are already there to evaluate Beena's speech? Please, let's welcome Claire.
Thank you. And thank you, Beena. What a speech. Antonia told me to come to this club because I would be learning more, and I certainly have been learning more with some of the evaluations I've had to do. Yours is now included within that. First of all, I think if you were actually the warm-up act before Boris or any of his cronies actually spoke during all of the great information they were giving us, I think more people in England would actually tune in to listen to them, because you certainly got the crowd up on their feet and actually got them on a roller coaster of emotions. We were up dancing and we were up enjoying ourselves. And I think for several moments, we actually forgot about 2020 and were living in the moment, which was the key of your speech. That was the key message, and you got that through perfectly. I will try to cover some of the areas that you asked me to. Was your speech authentic? Yes, it certainly came from the heart. There was no denying that. It was full of energy, full of drama, brilliant. Also, you had elements of minimalism in it. You certainly had less words. You let us do the dancing and the singing. You were encouraging people though, and you were getting those who possibly weren't up dancing to get up and dance. So that was fantastic. Some of the time, your screen did go blank. So I'm not going to blame you for that because we've all got technical issues going on and I don't want to dwell on that. However, to make your speeches more better, even when it is something fun like this, just be aware of the amount of yes and okay you've got in your speeches, because you do tend to use that as a filler word at the moment, and it just distracts from the beautiful words that you do have. You also had moments of alliteration within your speech, such as a moment of madness. Yes, that speech was mad, but that's what we need before Christmas. That's what we need after a year that we've all had. And like I said, you had a great message, the gift of presents. You took our energy up to the high levels and kept us there. And then you gently brought us back down to calm us down and to stop some of us perhaps from having a bit of a heart attack as well, so that we could actually just sit there and think and remember that there may be things that we're missing this Christmas and throughout the year. But the gift of our time and our presence is the best gift that we can give anyone. And you gave that to us tonight. So thank you, Beena. You are still my pussy pie tosh. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Clara, for this another amazing wow evaluation. So I'm really, really impressed by all of you. So this evening is going with only, I'm going to tell you the word of the evening, wow. Except we have a pussy pie tosh that now I say in the right way. So let's now go to the fun part of the evening, the table topic. So let's ask my another really important elf that as well for him, he didn't see at all Santa Claus. He told me before, probably I didn't see Santa Claus. Probably he was more drunk than us. So I don't know if Richard is drunk, but let's ask to him if Richard can come here and can do some table topic. And let's welcome Richard.
Thank you, Fabio. And not drunk, but high on the enthusiasm and energy of the meeting so far. So we're going to roll that on into our table topics session. I feel table topics are always an amazing thing. When people come in from the outside, it's this big challenge of trying to speak on a topic you've just been handed. And I know I often sit there thinking, oh, I love that one. Oh, don't pick me for that. That's the feeling. But tonight, I think we want a much more relaxed, mellow evening end to the year. And given looking at all the faces, we're all so much around the world in different circumstances. As Antonia said at the start, we're going into tier 4. There's chaos and everything around, and it's been fantastic to shut out the world and be at a meeting. So I thought this could be about sharing. So share your thoughts. And another secret of Toast Topics, which we need to remind people reasonably regularly of, is that you're given a topic to speak about. But actually, if you can't think of anything directly relevant, you can speak a little bit and then nod towards your topic. Or if you're feeling really rebellious, you can not even do anything, entertain anything related to the topic, and just hope we forget it and are entertained. So don't feel constrained, but I will be firing topics at you. And it's share how you feel is my theme all the way through. We're taking a structure of a topic and then an immediate evaluation. So the topic is for 1 to 2 minutes. And the evaluation is, I don't have the time for that. How long are we giving people to evaluate? 1 minute. Antonia has held up the magic finger. So I will announce both. And so really the aim is to say how you feel about this thing, all of which will be related to how you feel at this time of year. So it could be now, or as a child, or whatever. It could be Christmas, it could be whatever festival at this time of year you've celebrated in your family. But it's a go for it one. And I'm going to start with sweet things. As a child, I always loved the sugary things, and I've never managed to give it up. But can Patricia Radley, who's hopefully still somewhere on my screen, tell us about
Richard. Hi.
Hello, tell us about her sweet things, and then to be evaluated by Beena van Herk. Beena?
Yes.
Say hi, Beena. Yes,
hi.
You're there.
Hello.
Okay. So Patricia, sweet things.
Mr. Topics Master, when you say sweet things and this time of year, I think of Christmas cake. And since I was a very, very small child, my mother has always made a Christmas cake. And she always makes it. Here in Ireland, we have a bank holiday at the end of October. And it was the Halloween bank holiday weekend is when the cake is made. And as a child, I remember we had a countertop in our kitchen, and I would sit up on top of the countertop, and she'd have the big bowl. I can still see it, a big brown bowl with flowers all around the sides. And I used to mix the mixture for her. And there was always great excitement when she made the Christmas cake. And she'd make the Christmas cake, and it would be put away in the spare room upstairs, covered with brown paper. And every Saturday she would go in there and just put a tiny little bit of Irish whiskey, Paddy's Irish whiskey, on it, and just cover it with it and give it what she'd call a little drink, so that it would all seep in, and then it was beautiful and ready and nice and tasty for the 25th of December. And all these years on, 30 odd years on, she is still doing that tradition. But the thing about it is that I actually don't really like Christmas cake. And I never eat the Christmas cake. I like the icing. So when she makes the icing for it, she gives me some of that to eat. I love the smell of it, but I actually don't like Christmas cake. But it is a tradition that if she ever stopped it, I would be really, really upset. And every year I look forward to that October weekend and that smell of the Christmas cake cooking, and her shouts of don't slam the door, because she had this thing that if you banged the door or anything like that, the cake would sink. So it was always, you had to tiptoe around the house while the cake was being done and not raise your voice and not slam the door. And that's my one memory as a child. So I look forward this year to having some of the icing. It's being iced tomorrow, but I won't be eating the Christmas cake. That's for the rest of the family. Thank you, Mr. Topics Master.
Thank you. And Beena, your 1 minute evaluation, please.
Yes, and thank you, my dear Patricia Pussy Pie Tosh. I really loved your table topic. I must say, I really want to come over to try the cake. It was really, you described it very well. I could really get myself totally into the story. So that's very, very well done. I also enjoy that it's a personal story. So you make immediately a connection with everyone. And when I looked around, I saw that everybody was really mentally going through everything you described. So I must say, well done. And you ended as well with some kind of a small anecdote by saying, okay, I don't really like it. I just like the icing. So that was well done. I enjoyed it. Thank you for this.
Okay, thank you, Bern. So for our second topic, I'm going to ask, is Gita Garg? Have I pronounced that correctly? And again, another thing about this time of year is I associate it with snow. Now, some of you will have a lot of snow. Some of you will be living in places that never get snow at this time of year. But Gita, can you be evaluated by Ruth Levesky? So Ruth, you're gearing up and raring to go, yes? But on the topic of snow, we welcome Gita.
Okay, thank you for the question, Richard. Yeah, I do love the snow. I don't love going out in it too often, but when it does snow, I used to make lovely angels in the snow with my sister. We used to lie on the ground with our anoraks on and our long trousers and wellies and make angels in the snow by bringing our arms up. I don't know whether you can see my arms from here, but bringing our arms up and around. And when you got up, you could see angels in the snow then with all their wings. So that was a good time. I'll just have a look to see where the timer is so that I don't go over time. Where's Roger gone? Sorry. We also used to make snowmen. I'm just trying to find Roger, sorry. We also made snowmen in the snow and had snowball fights. And when we had some friends coming over from India, they were from Bombay, and it was their first time to see snow in England. So it was just magical to see their faces, to see all this snow that they'd never seen before. And we got them some jumpers, so I hope they're still wearing them after all these years. But yeah, so those are my experiences of snow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Finally, I found Roger with the green.
And you're fine.
Thanks.
So Ruth, can you give us a 1 minute evaluation?
Certainly. Gita, you have a beautiful voice. You're very descriptive. I could see those snow angels. You have a nice friendly face too, and very descriptive language. Don't be afraid to pause. The other thing is you have the same challenge I do with the camera. That if you look more directly where the camera is, we can see more of your face. You may have been using a phone too, but I really enjoyed your topic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Ruth. Thank you.
Right. So I shall now be giving my next topic, to give him a moment to think about it, to Paul Cole. And a modern one for this time of year is your favourite, well, I'll say media platform, social media type thing. So some of us are Facebook people, some of us are TikTok people, some of us are other things. But what makes your heart spring with joy, or is it nothing? But hopefully there's one where you connect to people, friends, whatever. But please, and then to evaluate, can we have Barbara? Barbara, sir? So Paul, with a topic of what makes you feel warm on social media.
Thank you for the question. I'm not a social media person. I'm an in-person person. I like to meet people in real life. So social media for me is just full of, yeah, pointless, useless information that you in the house or when they're back home. So I'm not a great social media fan.
Sorry, we lost.
These current times in the world's become the physical world's become a small place, but the virtual. Pretty much New Zealand and America, and we don't have to worry about borders and travel and all those.
Well,
Yeah, I think the terrible thing is we've lost Paul, and having said he hated to, oh, Paul, we sort of lost you there. It kept breaking up. We may have to give up on it, I'm afraid. But there was clearly some, having said you hated social media, you then leapt into action on all sorts of interesting things. But we missed 90% of it, to be fair. So I think an impossible one for Barbara to evaluate. So I will try and pick someone with, hopefully, with a better strength of connection. So who was on next on my list? So Melton. Oh, a smile from Melton. No, she wasn't entirely convinced. Well, not an entirely convincing smile there. But so for some of us, so I think all of us at some point, there's music has some magic to it for us. So Melton, can you share with us, whether it's childhood or now, whatever, share something about music and you, to be evaluated by Barbara, as you missed out last time.
Thank you, Richard. First of all, Happy New Year from Istanbul, Turkey. I wish a very healthy and with healthness, with luck, all of you and your families, friends. I remember drum. I was playing drum in my childhood. We always, in the primary school, we always come together and play drum for the special celebrations. So I love the voice of drum, but the most important thing, I think 10 years ago, I met a person deaf, can't hear. Yes, I think both that can't hear and not speak. When the people celebrate something, he hear the voice of drum, and he can play and he can dance. I was so surprised because the drum voice so extends. I remember when you asked music, these two memories, but I believe that music combines the people, each other and each culture, and it is, I think, worldwide, all the music parts. Have a nice, happy New Year. Thanks for welcoming.
Okay, thank you very much, Melton. And then to evaluate Melton, can we have Barbara, please?
Thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Master. Melton took a really nice attitude to the music and she drew it into something that she's had some personal experience with, and that was the drum. Not only did she use her personal experience with that, she also wove in another story, again from personal experience, where she met someone who not only was deaf but couldn't speak. And they conveyed to her how the drum spoke to them. And I love the way she actually said he could hear the voice of the drum. And I think that's an absolutely wonderful description, because drums have that effect. The vibration of the drums can reach where sound can't. And I think that's an absolutely lovely story. And thank you very much for that one, Melton. That was lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And next, I would like to ask Paulette Jervis to give us a table topic. And we've had taste and we've had music, but what about place? What special place do you think of when you think of this time of year? And to evaluate Paulette, can we have Roberto? Thank you, Roberto. Roberto's nodding, so he's in. So Paulette, when talking about special places.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmaster, and guests. When I think of place, the interesting thing for me that's really coming into my mind is first Christmas in Miami. And when I say that, it's interesting. I grew up in Jamaica, so we had lots of sunshine and so on. But here in Canada, of course, Christmas means snow. But we spent some time in Miami one Christmas when my kids were little, like 1.5 and 3. And I felt completely out of place. It was sunshine, all of the sunshine, and I just couldn't connect up Christmas with this place that we were at, right? But I left Jamaica when I was as young, as I mentioned, so it's all this snow thing. And I'm looking out my window here, and we're waiting for the weather, and we're waiting for some snow so that we can have the pretty snow on the trees and so on. But, you know, as you mentioned this, Mr. Table Topics Master, that Christmas in Miami that year with the sunshine, it just felt really different. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula. And Roberto, please, can you provide your evaluation?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, all clear.
Thanks. Yeah, Paulette, I think you did answer the question very well. You went ahead giving us some pictures, some images of what it was about, you know, your memories from Miami, and you told us that you were from Jamaica, but you're in Canada, as I understand. And I know about Canada being very cold. I've been 40 below in Canada, so I know what you mean by that. And I've been in Christmas where everything is warm and hot, you know, so in Mexico. So it's really, I understand, and I felt, and I saw those pictures of you in that hot Christmas in Miami. But you know, I think we identified with what you were saying, and thank you very much. It was a very nice participation. Back to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Robert. And we're getting close to our closing time, but I'm hoping our Toastmaster for the evening will let me do one more. I'm hoping for nods. Oh, I'm allowed one more. Thank you, Fabio. So I'd like to ask Penny. Penny has to prepare herself to talk, and we've covered a range of things, but now something special from you about drink, and it could be alcoholic drink, or it could be non-alcoholic drink, or well, go in any way you like on it. But and then can Sherry Washburn please be our evaluator for Penny? So without any further ado, our final topic of the year. So over to Penny to talk about, as we say in Ireland, drink.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Just about 1 week ago, I learned how to make a new drink. My Pussy Pie Tosh friend loves to do preserving or canning, and she and a friend of hers put on a class on Zoom just like this, but we were all in our kitchens and they walked us through how to, you know, clean the cranberries and how long to boil them and how much sugar to add. And, you know, we cooked for an hour and then we put them in jars and boiled them for a certain amount of time. But the last thing we made along with these pickled cranberries was, oh, now I'm forgetting the word, a shrub, a cranberry shrub. Have any of you ever heard of a shrub to drink? I had never either. It's basically the liquid at the end of making pickled cranberries. And then you can put it in with ginger ale or club soda and vodka. And it was quite delightful, both to have a new drink, to learn a new word, a shrub, and to do something fun with, in spite of Zoom, with a bunch of Pussy Pie Toshes. Thank you.
Thank you. And then to provide our last evaluation on the topics, over to Sherry.
Well, thank you, Penny. That was interesting. I've never heard of a shrub either. Although later on you need to contact me about what happens with the Amish friendship. Okay. Anyhow, I enjoyed your presentation. You shared with us how you got your way from canning cranberries, pickled cranberries, all the way to a drink, which was what the original question was. So you answer the question and you kind of didn't answer it all at the same time. So you were creative with it. And I thought that was a great idea and a great way of showing us how to go from one thing to another and end up exactly where Richard had started you out. Thank you, Penny.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. And thank you, everyone. I think we have to, I'll throw in a special thank you to Anthony for having such an unusual word that I thought no one would use, but actually it's become the theme of the evening. And through all our topics, we have acquaintances, but when we share experiences, I think they become Pussy Pie Tush friends. And thank you so much for everyone throwing themselves in with such great enthusiasm to sharing a little bit about you. So I'll hand back now to Fabio.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you so much. You were amazing. I loved your questions. I loved all the answers. So let's do a big applause to Richard. Thank you so much. They were really, really good. Enjoyed. And it's true, Pussy Pie Tush is going to be the New Year thing. I think I'm going to make a song. I'm no great singer, but I can try. So thank you, Richard. But now let's ask Roger the report topic times. Can you tell us the times of the table topics, Roger? Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. These are going to be Pussy Pie Tush timings. I've tried multitasking along the way. So here I go. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody or came in too late. Our first evaluator was Karen. She was in at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Good job. Laurina, her evaluation was 2 minutes and 59 seconds. And Claire, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Going over onto wherever I put, oh, here, my table topics, questions and timings. Patricia, her great speech was in 1 minute 55 seconds. Baron evaluated her in, her in 37 seconds. Gita, her presentation was 1 minute and 29 seconds. And Ruth evaluated her in 16 magic seconds. Paul, we lost Paul, so I had to cut off and we'll move on. Hopefully he can join us next time with a better connection for his internet. Milton, timing 1 minute 37 seconds. Barbara's evaluation was 51 seconds. Paulette, your presentation was 1 minute and 20 seconds. And Roberto evaluated you in 1 minute and 2 seconds. And Yankee Penny was 1 minute and 30 seconds in her presentation. And Sherry gave her presentation in 41 seconds. And I think that's all I have to report on. And back to
Thank you so much, Richard. So now is the time to vote the best table topic. So can you please, Christian, give us the poll to vote, please? Okay. Let's. No, we are voting the best table topic. So how is going, Christian? People are voting?
That's about everyone.
Fantastic. So now we are going to know about our grammar. I don't know, I think I made so many mistakes. I'm sorry about that. But I'm Italian. I think it's a good excuse. So the grammar report by Anthony. Anthony, can you tell us how was our grammar tonight? Thank you. That's what.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Toastmaster. You're doing a blinding job, amazing job. We'll start with the word of the night, which I was a little bit hesitant about, a little bit nervous whether you'd all leap in and get involved, but you were fantastic. We had 9 people use Pussy Pie Tosh this evening. I reckon, as someone said in the chat, it'll become a hashtag for the next generation. You wait and see. I've never been trendy, so maybe I've started one here. But I'd like to single out Philippa, who gave it in a speech, which is just class. Christian, Laurina, Birin, Penny, Richard, Roger, Claire, Fabio, but in particular, the 3 who used it the most were our Toastmasters of the evening, Fabio, Claire, and Penny. So can you give everyone a huge round of applause, please? Thank you. The other role of the grammarian is to look for scintillating sentences. What you're really looking for is delicately prepared grammatical croutons, something in there that really excites you or invigorates you or catches your eye. So we started off with Fabio, who was full of energy, which I love. Samir had his life fulfillment gap and his altruistic hat on. He also said that a pawn has not too much power, but remember, Samir, properly guided on the correct path, a pawn can become a queen. Philippa told us about the summer of love, but never shared any pictures. She also told us about her epiphanies and about procrastinating, 2 words I love very much indeed. Beena, yalla yalla, I loved that. And the gift of presence I thought was fantastic. Karen shared her passion. Laurina, her sensory details. Claire told us about minimalism and living in the moment. And then in the table topics, there was a symphony for the senses. So we had Richard telling us about Antonia's magic finger, Gita's angels in the snow, Paulette's sunshine and snow in Miami, Patricia's drop of paddy in the Christmas cake, Melham's drums, the drum beat, the voice of the drums, and finally, Penny's cranberry shrub, which I shall be tucking into after this evening's meeting. Thank you for the recipe. Thank you also for an amazing effort in terms of this evening's effort. It was beautiful listening to you all. Some fantastic grammar for the senses. Well done, everyone.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Thank you so much, Anthony. Really great. So now is the time to vote the best evaluator. So ready to go with the poll. Christian, are we ready? With the new poll? Okay, fantastic.
Just while this poll is still rolling, could everyone put on your cameras so we can do a team photo to celebrate the end of the year?
So the best smile. Pose.
It's Samir. Can we call Samir?
Samir.
Call him loudly.
Samir.
Come on, Samir.
Call Roger.
Roger, are you here, please?
Hold on a second. I got to get back to where I need to be. Sorry.
Roger, you are like my best, half in this period.
And I kind of unmask. Here I am. Hello.
Okay. Right. Big smiles.
Cheesy smiles?
We need to do some silly poses. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, so these are going to be, thank you so much, Christian, for your effort. These are going to be my last word of the evening, but I'm going to finish with a Christmas secret. Ready to go. 20 years ago, I went to a concert of Mariah Carey in Milan. And I was with a friend. I said, oh my God, my dream is one day to meet Mariah. And my friend said, it's impossible. You will never meet her. Mariah, she loves things to Capri. She always record her albums in Capri. So when I read the news, Mariah Carey's in Capri recording her album, I went there and I say, okay, my mission is to meet her. And for 10 minutes, I was talking and crying with Mariah Carey. So this is my Christmas secret. Thank you so much, all of you. And I hope that you enjoyed the evening with me. I enjoyed the evening with you. I love this club. Thank you, Antonia, for inviting me a few months ago. And have a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year. Mwah, 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 from this Italian crazy man, but really funny. Bye-bye. So now the word to the general evaluator. That I want to remember the name. Oh. One second. Lucinda, you're going to be our evaluator.
Thank you to the Table Topics Master. You can give him another round of applause. That was good energy, good music. This club always rocks it. What can I say? You want cosmopolitan, you want diversity, you want a cultural display, you come to this club. Shillings is where it is at. If I wasn't in so many other clubs, I certainly would make this one of my clubs. But yeah, at the moment, I can't afford to have a third club at this stage. But it definitely, as an online club, is one club I would want to be part of, because this is an advanced club. And you feel it from the minute you say, yes, I want to attend. And there's something that I really, because people in my district are doing something about evaluation at the moment, there's something I've really gained here today and some insights I'll give you when I wrap it up. And I only have 4 minutes. It's really important to remember that a meeting or an event, as some people like to call it, or your program, is like a living document. It's alive. A meeting doesn't come and die tomorrow. It doesn't happen today, and in 10 minutes' time, it's forgotten. People that have attended this meeting, you might meet up in the future. They might invite you to their clubs. The impact you have here today might mean why someone takes an important step in their life. You've got to remember that everything that's happening here is alive and well. And it's going to have an effect, and it's going to have momentum going forward in everybody's lives. It doesn't stop here. Even going through this festive season, we're going to think back onto tonight. What's really important, the 3 areas are really important, is it's before the actual event meeting. Now, when you register, you get the link. You get given it. Shillings then sends you an email and says, this is the login detail. The one thing I want to give is on PR. As an online club, I feel you could be doing more. I'm lucky that I found out about this meeting because I happen to be in the International Toastmasters actual group. But I would suggest to you that you actually look outside at other districts now. You're an online club. So go into all the other districts like mine, District 74, jump on there. Every time you go to a meeting, put it into all the districts across the world, because you can, because of who you are. And there are so many people that would love to be part of your club and don't know about you because you're not getting maybe to them. That's big on PR for me. And I'm a PR specialist always on this particular topic. The second thing is important is what happens in the meeting. And in your meeting, it's happening. I might suggest for Christian, we add some music in the beginning to get people moving and jiving. In that time, there was a fair amount of dead air and people are saying, oh, Toastmasters, you're so quiet. Just keep it rapping. I know Antonia's not, her voice is not up to scratch and she would all be firing it. But I think in times like that, let's bring in that music. It's a suggestion for you. In the meeting, great, you went through it. This is an advanced club. It's happening. It really is moving through, and I'll go through some steps now. In the post of it at the end, you've taken a photo, hit social media, show people the FOMO, what you missed out on. Create that hype, follow up. I know you do. You give recordings and you give those evaluations. You did it for me. You give it to everyone that attended and you follow up well. As a club, you are doing it. You've got the right recipe. You're doing it well. And you've got 7 DTMs. It really is a good show for a club. From the beginning, it was wonderful to have a Toastmaster play music and get people dancing and get the energy happening and going. That's what I was missing probably in the beginning, and it came with the Toastmaster. He played his Mariah Carey. even though we might not enjoy it, but we got in the mood of it. We were sent how to dress, what to bring with us, and we were prepared. We were told what was expected of us. Fantastic. That is what you want to get to in everything. From there, you followed right through with your role players. You had 3 speeches that came in. You've got, as you say, 12 countries. I'm not sure everyone was here. You had 29 up to, with most, I think, 33 people here tonight. Amazing to be getting that online 2 days before Christmas. Give yourselves a clap, a round of applause. That is phenomenal to see that in a club. And then onto all the evaluations, Grammarian report. I mean, that I've got to put it in. Pussy Pie Tash, you guys are a whole bunch of Pussy Pie Tash members. I dig you that much. You're amazing. This club is an incredible club to role model and take to other people as well. 3 things I'm going to take home into clubs that I care enough to share with, which we hopefully do in Toastmasters. We share because we care because we share, is to have a great meeting teaser like I went out today and reminded when the meeting was about to go live. Set that teaser about what's going to happen today. That was phenomenal. I've seen no other club do that in the world. Well done. Second, evaluation, that Google form that went out after each speaker. You guys are rocking the evaluations. You are giving people prize evaluations. Not only what happens in the actual, your own evaluator, but the entire people here can actually give you an evaluation. That was critical to me when I came here before my TEDx. I went back a lot on what Christian has sent me. That is what I looked at. And the third thing is, I would say the table topic evaluations. I've never seen that before in the world either. And that actually was interesting that actually that even came into it. The one thing I'm going to put a finger on though is table topics. It was running late. It could have been whooped faster and my time is up. All I've got left to say to you is, well done, 2 shillings, Toastmasters, to your president, Antonio, to the bang shotter, you can be damn proud. You are proud Toastmasters. And I'm going to hand over to the none other than the fabulous Christian Collison.
Thank you very much, Lucinda. That is always great to get some of that feedback. Make us an even better club. I love it. Now, before we finish the year, I know it's very sad, but we do have another year coming, but it's almost the end. So all that this leaves us is for some awards, some thank yous, see if we can get some guest comments, and finally a little bit of club business to wrap up the year. So to start off with, let's go for some awards. Our awards tonight, and I'm just going to fill in a little bit of time while I'm loading them up. We have our 3 awards, and if everyone could get their clapping hands ready. Our first award of the evening is for the best speaker. Our best speaker tonight was Philippa. Woo! That was an excellent speech, Philippa. Thank you very much. Now on to our second award, and this is the part where we're going to have to challenge my memory, as I can never remember if the next one is going to be best table topic or best evaluator. So we're all in for a surprise on this one. So our next award goes to best table topic speaker, Patricia Radley. Thank you very much for joining us. And our final award of the evening is for our best evaluator. And our best evaluator tonight was Anthony Garvey. Oh, thank you very much. I love the Grammarian's report. It always makes me think, and it always makes me wish I could be better at listening. So thank you very much, Anthony. Next up, we're going to have some thank you. So, of course, thank you everyone from around the world who joined us tonight. We've had over 30 participants from almost every continent in the world. I think that's fantastic to be part of that as our celebration for the end of the year. In particular, could we thank Lucinda Harmon, who is Division Director in South Africa, and recently, as she mentioned, recently was a TEDx speaker in Namibia. She came to our club just a couple of months ago to practice and warm up ahead of it, and it was wonderful then. And while I haven't seen it yet, I'm sure it was wonderful on the day as well. So thank you very much for joining us, Lucinda. And we also have another division director. How many division directors do we have online tonight? Too many, I'm sure. But we have another. We have Laurina. I'm sorry, I'm going to completely mess up the pronunciation of this. Bergqvist. I hope that was close enough, but she is Division Director in Sweden. Thank you very much for joining us tonight as well. Okay, that brings us on to guest comments. We've got so many guests tonight, so it's going to be really difficult to pick on people. So let's have a look around. Oh, go on. Let's start off with Laurina. Thank you, as I said, for joining us. Do you have some comments as a guest tonight?
Thank you. This was a very fun meeting and a very full meeting. I enjoyed it. It was almost like being at a real Christmas party, except for the tiny boxes, but maybe that's part of Christmas too, the tiny boxes. So it was really wonderful. I enjoyed all of the roles, the speeches, the table topics, and meeting all of my new Pussy Pie Toshes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laurina. Next up, Joe Dumblesky. How did you find our meeting tonight? Did you enjoy yourself? Have you managed to celebrate?
I'm to stay because since I'm at home out with a couple of household phone and your meeting was good. Christmas theme did not get to answer any table. I'd say the meeting was high quality and so many other guests from around the world. Visit you guys again because visited my Toastmasters club that she was one that invited me.
Oh, thank you very much, Joe. I hope everyone caught enough of that. It was a little bit in and out. And I'll pick one final guest tonight. Meltem, could you give us a little bit of feedback? How did you find our meeting tonight? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, Christian, it was very fantastic. Before joining the meeting, I was a bit feel strange because Zoom meetings, if you don't know the people, but when I first entered the meeting, everybody was so warm welcome. Thank you, each of you. Thank you, Antonia, for inviting. I would like to kindly invite you. Our international president, you know that world tour by randomly. And January 27, he will visit our club also, Bosphorus Toastmasters from Turkey. If you have time, I will send the Zoom link to Antonia also. If you would like to please join from social media, it is great honor to see each of you, January 27. Wonderful meeting. Thank you, Christian. Each role holder, each speaker, you are excellent. You are a wonderful team.
Thank you very much. Well, I can't go around and ask everyone. I'm very sorry. But thank you everyone who has spoken tonight. Oh, over to Antonia.
I have two things to say. One is that Meltemp's meeting is on the same day as Schilling's meeting, but because of time zones, it is before our meeting, so we can still go. There you are. And that's in Turkey, and I've been to Turkish meetings and well worth going to. And the other thing I want to say, and I hope he hasn't changed his mind, is that Jorge Trevino in Mexico has decided that he wants to join our club. Yay! Checks in the post. So I will talk to Jorge outside the meeting about that. If anybody else wants to join, you're all Toastmasters, so there is no joining fee, and we charge a very, very reasonable fee of just £9 a month. So there you are. Very, very reasonable. 9 GP pounds per month. So please, if you wish to join us, talk to me.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you all.
Oh.
You're all welcome to come and visit whenever.
Yes, on that note, our next meeting is going to be on the 13th of January, same time, same place. Details are in the chat or thereabouts. 13th of January next month is the second Wednesday, and we do second and fourth Wednesdays of every month.
I'm supposed to give a speech then. I'm going to the speech therapist next week, and I hope she can do miracles.
I hope the speech therapist
I'm giving my icebreaker on the 13th, and it's my first speech ever. And I'm a liar.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
The other
So,
thing is-
Antonia, do you have any?
My other hat,
Oh,
I am Division A Director, and I am organising a club officer training, which is called the Toastmasters Leadership Institute here in the UK, on Saturday, the 23rd of January, along with my very trusty area director here, Barbara Saff, who is my right-hand woman, because, you know, between the two of us, we can do everything. And anybody who is a club officer anywhere in the world is welcome to come and join us. It doesn't matter which district you're in. If you want to come to a district training in the UK, you can. And it's my job to make sure that the credit goes back to your district, so you get your tick on your performance chart. You know what I'm talking about. So if you want to come, just let me know. It'll be roughly 10 a.m. to 3-ish UK time. So it's very early start for some of you. Probably the Americans won't join us.
thank you very much, Antonia. And I think that about wraps it up for this meeting and for this year. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I hope we see you all next year in just a few weeks' time. And I hope you all enjoy the end of the year. Happy Christmas, happy seasons, happy winter if you're in the north, happy summer if you're in the south. And to everyone, I hope you have a wonderful time to celebrate. Thank you very much, and see you all soon.
Thank you for a wonderful meeting.
Bye, Shillings.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye, everybody.
See you
Happy
next
New Year.
Bye. Have a lovely
See you on the other
Christmas.
side.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.
It didn't finish so late.